All right, so welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Vault with Ash Cash. Today we have another powerhouse in the building. David Banner has been dropping bars forever, for years, as a rapper, producer, activist, actor, philanthropist. I could go on and on and on. It is an honor, it is my pleasure to have the living legend,
Man.
David Banner in the building.
Man, brother.
Thank you.
You sure know how to sell it, man. Thank you, brother.
No,
I appreciate
you.
it,
No,
man.
thank you. And I'm gonna start this with a quick story, because the whole household, fans, right? My wife, myself, even my kids, right? So I have a 12-year-old and a 5-year-old. 2016, I'm gonna paint you the pictures. 2016, my son is born in May, right? God Box comes out in October. Big fan, so we're listening to God Box, and so our son, who was always crying, never could, like, he had a lot of energy, always crying. Later on, we found out that he's diagnosed with mild autism, right? Yeah. But at 5 years old, we couldn't get him to sleep. One day, we're listening to God Box. The outro, right. Wisdom Soleil comes on. And I kid you not, I actually sent you a message. I'll show you so you know, right? I sent you a message on Instagram that I still have. And I said, we put it on quiet.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing about that is Wisdom Soleil is a actual person. And she is, I actually call her Wizzy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She's that in real life.
Yeah.
Like, she's one of the things on this planet that keeps me calm.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy because the reason why I trust her more than the average person that says that they're so-called conscious, she comes from the background that I come from. So, like, I saw the old her, like, I saw videos of the old her and couldn't even believe that was her, you know? She's from Michigan.
Wow, yeah,
and so she get down for real.
Right.
You know, and just her voice within itself is calming and soothing to the soul. So, like, you know, that's, I mean, the same way and the effect that it had on him, like, she has that on me. Sometimes I be really wanting to go grab a couple of people's necks and, you know, motivate it in a very special way.
Right.
You know, and she's one of the people that helps to keep me balanced.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, blessings to her, because I want to say for a year and a half, like that, we literally, when it's time to go to bed, we throw that on repeat.
Right. A lot of people say that they meditate to it. Yeah. Absolutely. So I'm happy that it had that kind of effect on people. And, you know, for me, you know, it's crazy that, you know, we're here to talk about finances and money. Like, speaking of the God Box, like, bro, I spent $350,000 on the album.
Wow.
You know, and I hear a lot of people talking about hip-hop. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you really think about that album, the consciousness that people talk about now, that was the precursor.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then I hardly ever hear people referring to it. Like, I don't want to say I've told you, but I did. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
And like I realize, you know, when people talk about hip-hop and music, I don't understand when they say that but won't invest their own money in themselves. You know, they will invest in anything that doesn't look like them. You know, I even looked at the covers of most people's albums. They have to stand in front of something that comes from white people to validate themselves.
Right.
Like, even on the God Box within itself, I didn't even want David Banner to get in front of the message, so I didn't even put my name on the front of the album.
Right.
You know, and there was actually a few websites and a couple magazines that said the actual God Boxes, which Rick is a part of, with the Black Friday DVDs, but, like, they said it was one of the greatest, if not the greatest, marketing ploy in hip-hop history. And I had to tell them, like, it wasn't a marketing ploy.
Right.
Like, I wanted to give people consciousness in the box. If I could give you literally the starter kit to what helped me become what I am today, here it is. And, you know, I'm looking at your books, and I hope that you're a little bit different, but, like, you know, if you look at most billionaires or multimillionaires, they usually don't write their own books because they don't want you to become their competition. But what I realized in consciousness and raising the vibrations of our people, if we can all raise our vibrations at the same time, this will come to us. Money is a current. You know what I'm saying? So,
no, I love that. And so this is why this interview is really important to me, because as a fan, but even I watch your money moves though, right? I'm seeing what you're doing.
I'm making them.
Right? No, you are, right? And I'm seeing what you're doing. Ownership is a big thing for you, right?
Ownership isn't a big thing. Ownership is everything. You know, when they talk about black kids going to historically black colleges or being taught by themselves or people looking like them, disseminating the information, I don't think that should be a choice. The fact that you think is a choice tells what you think about yourself. You know, and then we get mad because all the football players are dating or marrying white women. Well, you sent them to white schools. What do you expect?
Right.
If you put I have a really good friend of mine who really came to me and said, bro, I made a mistake, but I thought I was sending my kids to white schools and that's what was going to be better for them. I thought that would give them a better opportunity. And he said, but now my kids praise white girls and white dudes because that's their peers and their peer groups that's over them. They want to be like them. So when their hair is not like them, when their skin is not like them, that is a problem. You know, so I you know, at the beginning of my lectures, I always ask people, how do they feel? Close their eyes, and how do you feel about black people? Literally 9 times out of 10, I'm disappointed, I'm afraid of, I hate, I don't like, I'm not comfortable around. Well, you're not gonna spend your money with people that you dislike, that you don't trust. And I say that at the end. I said, you know, people would ask me, why don't I go more in depth? I said, well, there's no need for me to go more in depth because if you don't like who you are, then you're not gonna spend money with me anyway. The music industry being on the fritz for black people don't have nothing to do with the internet. It got to do with how we feel about it ourselves. Y'all think about this. If a Justin Bieber fan see you with well, back in the day, a burnt CD, they want to whoop your ass. Like if you come to them with a burnt CD or something that's not originally from Justin Bieber and him not making money, they at odds with you. You'd be like, ooh, you got the David Banner? How much? I love David Banner. He woke to the motherfucker, but look. Can I cuss? Oh, shit. Okay, thank you. I was going to fucking do it anyway. No, I'm just messing with you now. I wasn't going to fuck up your money, man. But seriously, though, most of our financial problems have to do with how we think about ourselves. You know?
And then, so you know, I know early in your career, you know, you were independent and you were like really kind of, you know, selling your own music, and it was in your ability to believe in you and believe in yourself and invest in yourself that actually drew the attention of the majors. Talk to me about that.
Man, they probably still don't. Man, they never really liked Southern music. There's a few people. Noriega from Drink Champs was one of the people who he really liked Southern music, for real. There was a few cats, but for the most part, the reason why they came south is because we were making so much money. And one of the biggest problems, one of the biggest mistakes, and I didn't peep it until later, South Park Mexicans, Lil Flip, you know, David Banner, Pastor Troy, Ludacris, all of these people independently, if we would have looked at what we were making as a whole, we were fucking putting a dent in the game. You know, especially someone like Boss Hog Outlaws, you know, with that whole thing that Slim was doing in Texas, like they was killing the Bay Area, who really started the independent movement. Like, if we would have looked at our systems and our monies as a whole, because what they did was they gave us each individually more money that we may have saw at one time, but that we possibly could have made in a year or two. You know what I'm saying? And then we gave up the opportunity for us to have freedom to do what we want. So what they really did, and I peeped it, they gave us all money and then they moved us out of the way of the artists that they wanted to be successful. And then the only reason why I was successful was because I made my own music. So I would go and work my own album, the same way that I did when I was independent. Every hit record that you ever heard from David Banner, me and my team, we worked those records. And then Universal would follow after them later. Anytime I didn't work a record myself, it failed.
Wow. And then so, you know, so take us through that, right? So now, you know, you're working your own record, you believe in yourself, you're selling yourself, you know, you're selling your music yourself, and you become, you know, super successful from a music perspective. and then you begin to transition, right, into television, producing.
Well,
right?
hold on. Let's not skip. I want you to remember that
Yes, sir.
question,
Yes,
but I
sir.
don't want us to skip it. I think what happened was we didn't have a choice. I didn't really start believing in myself until about 8, 9 years ago, like 8 years ago. But like we didn't have no choice. They wasn't really fucking with us. So it's either you did it that way or you didn't eat. So we have to be clear for these children because we stand up here and say, I believed in my eyes, a fucking lie.
Right.
Like I really didn't see myself until right before the God box, just to be honest with you. But I think what I want to say before I finish the question is that we worked our own records. They gave us some money. We got lazy. Saw that shit didn't work, then went back to what we were doing at first. That is very, very important for us to show these children because I think what you have to do is, okay, if you decide you want to take their money, because what I think happens with us, I mean, I know that you know this, but most of this shit right here, it's not worth the paper that it's printed on.
Agreed.
They can give you money, but if you don't understand the systems and what your goals are, then you're going to get that money right back. You're going to give it back to the same people who are disgusted that you live on this planet, that you even exist. So what I'll say is the thing that I realized is I knew what my goals were. Like I asked, like when people come and work for me, I used to do this and we laughed about this. I used to ask the kids, do you want to be rich or do you want to be famous? I'm not going to give you my fame and give you a whole lot of money too. I want to make sure you paid well, but you have to choose what you want. You want to make money or you want to be famous. You can't have both, right? So the thing that I realized is I already knew how to make money. Like that's one of the things that gives me power now. If people knew the ways that at Banner Vision were making money, I think their outlook about everything that I do and when I hold up this fist, I think it would even go even higher. I just don't talk about it because I don't want people to stop my money. A lot of times people can't hate me because they don't know how to hate me. I'm so high, or I'm in other sectors that people are not even hip to yet. That I usually start when I start talking about something 6 years, 7 years, 8, 9 years old. You know what I'm saying? But finish it. I just wanted to say that.
And I appreciate that because I think that's important for that distinction, right? Because it actually reminds me of like segregation, right? When you think about segregation and integration, we think about us. As black people trying to force ourselves into a system that didn't want us there anyway.
They hated us.
Right, and a system of where because we had to stick together, we had to do things together, and that's why we flourished. And at the moment that we started to say, hey, no, let me get into your table, we diluted our power.
I think they saw us, but they know that we're God.
Yes.
See, and I mean from a spiritual standpoint, a physical standpoint, mentally, physically, and spiritually, they know who we are. Behind closed doors, they praise us as if we are the Most High. The thing is, they knew what we would be. Think about other subsections, other communities who stuck to themselves.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Look at where they are now.
Absolutely.
Imagine every fucking thing that we touch. We don't have the same books, the same equipment. We always, I don't care whether it's mine, it's the physical, metaphysical, whatever the fuck you name. We always take over. We permeate anything that we fucking touch. They saw us. So there's like either, and the one thing that I can say as a strategist is I don't like the things that white people do, but from a business standpoint, it's genius. You bring a group of motherfuckers over here, work them for fucking free, then turn around, let them free with no fucking, with the skills, but no way to, I mean, everything is against them. Then you tax them? That's the most gangster shit. You brought me here, then you gonna tax me for being in this bitch and I work for free? What? That's gangster. You know, so like for me, bro, one of the things that I want us all to stop doing, and I'm talking to everybody in this room, and I know you know this, bro. I'm looking at this shit. This shit not hard. It's not. We make this shit so hard because we don't want people, I say this all the time. Most black people don't want to free the slaves. They want their opportunity to hold a whip.
That's a bar.
That's one of the reasons why I never do. Do you know I could have been one of the richest artists on this planet because I produced? I never really wanted artists because I know what it's throw 13 people's lives on the wall and whatever one fall, you grab that. I can't live with that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm gonna teach, if you wanna learn how I did it, I will teach you. I don't want nothing from you now. If you wanna come and get you know, little tip or something, I ain't gonna turn down shit with my college at. But seriously though, man, I have a want to see our people free.
Yeah.
Because one thing I know, can't nobody beat me being me. Like, I do little experiments. I was watching, before I let the gray grow out of my beard, everybody was Beijinging like a motherfucker. And all of a sudden, motherfucker felt real good. But won't nobody say, hey, man, look, we got this idea from this person, or like, man, we don't like to pay homage, especially in the South. You know, I feel so bad, man, with my business being based in Atlanta, and I'll never hear no Outkast. I'll never hear no Lil Jon. I barely ever hear Usher. You know what I'm saying? But you go to LA, you go to New York, you're gonna hear a Lil Tribe Called Quest, a Lil Run DMC, some Snoop and some Dre when you're on the West Coast. Like, I don't know whether it's slavery or what the fuck happened to us, but we have a problem with elders. And if, regardless of what people think, we are an indigenous tribal people. Because I know it's this big thing of where are we from, and I think ain't nobody winning. That's the last argument we should have. But either way, we are a tribal people. And being an elder and paying homage to those who came before you is the utmost respect. It's the foundation of what we believe in, bro. So, you know, for me, I just think it's really important for us to show a way. The thing that hurts me the most is, bro, for the last 10 years, and Rick will tell everybody, I've given. And, bro, people pay me a lot of money for, people don't know how much I get paid for companies, Fortune 500 companies, for me to advise them. I had to tell some kids that one day. You know, they wasn't as quiet as I would like them to be, and I broke down how much money I make an hour. And I told them, you bullshit. Like, I'm doing this because of your teachers and because I love you, but understand how much my time is my money. You feel me? And I give it away for free. Derek Grace was the one who really woke me up to, look, big bruh, like, you've been giving away a whole lot of money and people don't even listen. Look at what you giving away, bro. There should have been 30, 40, 50 millionaires just based on the game that you've given.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? All we really got to do is fuck with each other. I'll give y'all an easy thing to do. If nothing else, act like white folks act. Act like Asians act. Fuck with yourself. You know, I'm watching all of this stuff happen politically in the world right now. I know we came here to talk about money, but
it's all sides.
Yeah, it's vibrations to me. It's like, you know, everybody talks about discrimination and death amongst their community, but they won't just say white men, old white men are the problem on this planet. Period. And so why don't everybody else just fuck with each other? Or, like they do, just spin with each other, dog. Like, you don't know, bro, you didn't have to do it, but I know, based on this, you understand what it means for me to see that you've invested in me, bro. Like, that shit, you know? Okay, go ahead.
No, I love it, though. I appreciate you, brother. I love it. We can keep vibing. And so, but talk to me about that. Talk to me about, you know, now this transition, because, like, you've done some major things with some major companies. You know, how did that happen, first and foremost, and then, you know, what was that transition like?
Okay, so I'll tell you this. There was a point in my life where I went through a really bad depression. And I literally thought I was one of the main reasons why black people were going to hell. I don't believe in hell physically, but I just mean, you know, in a really bad place, because I saw what they had done to hip hop. I watched them co-op hip hop, and through money, they motivate us. Because don't nobody make us do shit. But they motivate us to do certain things, and I really felt like I was one of those people. And I went into it knowing better. And I tell people that all the time, evil is not ugly. Evil is whatever you can't fast from. It feels fucking awesome. God is fasting. God is disciplined. God is saying no. Saying yes all the time is a demon, you know, if in the spiritual sense. But what happened with me is I just didn't like the hip hop industry no more. Yeah. But I wasn't gonna go back to live. I won't be broke no more. I'm spoiled. I can't lie. And I don't even spend a lot of money. Yeah. But I gotta live a certain way. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And what people will laugh about is, okay, I'll do that, but then I'll go and sleep in the jungle somewhere, but that's by choice. You know? But I want to live a certain way. And I really think freedom is being able to take whatever you can imagine in the subconscious and bring it forth. And my mentor, Mr. Moody, who owns Moody Construction, he said that's what wealth is. He said, I may not be able to get 50% of the deal, but anything that comes to Atlanta, I can get at least 1% of it. He said, I might can get 100%. Yeah. He said, but I can sit down at any table, any move that's being made in Atlanta, I can sit at the table. Shit. Yep. That's freedom. Yeah, that's freedom. You know? Sure. That's all this is for, is to give you access. Yes. You feel me? Yeah. So what happened with me was I had to find a way to continue to make the money that I was used to without me feeling like I was selling my soul. You know, and that's not an easy thing. Absolutely. Because I don't care what anybody says, to be able to accrue that amount of money and not be parasitic is a very hard thing to do. Yeah. I'll debate anybody about it. I'm not saying that it's not impossible. For sure. But usually when you see these big companies like Disney, he never saw like what his children saw. Absolutely. Like he had the vision, he set it forth, but that usually takes generation to accrue the type of money that we say that we want. So I hear a lot of people popping off about saying that they want to be a billionaire, they're going to be a billionaire, they're going to be a billionaire. But who are you gonna hurt to do that? Wow. Like it's very hard to get that kind of money that fast without hurting somebody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So for me, I just wanted to find a way for me to navigate through business. And what I decided to do is I read this book. It was called the what's the wealthiest man?
The richest man in Babylon?
No. Oh. But he, same author. Okay. The wealthiest man. I forgot the name of the book. Yeah. But I read the book, and he had this system. And he said, as long as you can get 50%, that is fair. So what I do in my company, and this is something I've never said before anywhere else, I split it down the middle with the lawyers, with my staff. I don't give a fuck how much it is. Y'all can have 50%. But I'm taking home 50% if it's mine. Right. And I think that that's more than fair, and that's what keeps me sane. I set up parameters to make sure that I don't end up doing fuck shit. And that's why, you know, a lot of people say, you know, some people say, you think your shit don't sink. No, I just stay on top of myself. Absolutely. So what I did was I went and found ways to make money with things that settled my spirit and soul. And this was funny. I did, and I think it was either Source or XXL. I think it was the Source. I'm almost sure it was the Source. They wrote this passage about this Gatorade commercial that I produced. And they said that, isn't it funny that you always wanted to be revolutionary and your most revolutionary piece of work came through a Gatorade commercial? So like I found ways to express myself. And I'll tell you a real secret. I am not Christian, but one thing that I do agree with, that the Christians say, that there is only one God. The Most High God, right? Yeah. And we have a tendency to make these things our God, rap our gods, right? As soon as I stepped away from hip-hop music and totally let it go and say, I'm done with this shit, is right when it came back to my feet.
And so there's power in release, there's power in surrender. And so where does that mindset, right? So we're inside the vault, which, you know, metaphorically, right? I'm trying to get inside the vault. Where does that mindset come from? So you know, this mindset that we are God, right? Talk to me about that.
Well, I'll say one of the greatest things that helped me get into the mindset that I'm in now is failure. I think it's really important. We tell our children, or we teach our children, that when you fail or bad things are happening, that you're not in line with God. It's not the truth. I say this, and it's very simple. If God is doing this to you, all he or her or it is saying, dumbass, turn your head this way.
Right.
If you are not in line, do something different.
Absolutely.
That's God telling. If it don't feel right, fucking leave.
Right.
Like, I freak my staff out. If something don't feel right, I'll be like, appreciate it, Jack. I'm up. And I'm cool with it. Failure was one of the greatest things for me because you actually only learn in failure.
In failure, absolutely. Yeah.
Like, when stuff go good, you don't know if somebody liked you or, you know, whether, you know, Mr. Moody called somebody and I didn't know. You don't know what happened when stuff goes the way you wanted to go. And you can't duplicate that.
Yeah.
But failures are roadmaps to tell you where not to go. You know what I'm saying? So even if you don't know the exact right way to go, you know not to go down them 56 ways, you know what I'm saying? If you fail 56 times. So for me, failure was one of the greatest things. As far as my God mindset, it was just reading and understanding my history. You know, and for some reason we think that our competition, people who have historically oppressed us or tried to oppress us, is going to give us right knowledge and the right way to go. That don't even make sense. Like, I don't know why when we think outside of ourselves, things are very simple. And whether you're selling guns or butter, basically the templates and the foundations of everything is about the same way. You sell shit the same way. You know what I'm saying? So if you in competition with somebody on the street, that motherfucker ain't gonna help you. Why in the fuck do we think white folks gonna help us? They not. It doesn't even make sense for them to.
Absolutely.
When they do, I'm actually scared. Like, man, what the fuck going on? Last time they did that, we was on the motherfucking boat, Jack. I don't go on boats to this day. Fuck that shit. Fuck a cruise. I'm not joking. Fuck a cruise. But no, seriously, man, when I started researching and seeing myself, man, and I understand why they hate us. We are the spoiled children of God. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the universe, the greatest wealth in this universe, physical universe that we know, is the sun. Like, we are attracted to the sun. They repel the sun. You know what I'm saying? Our hair grows to the sun like a fucking plant, dog. That shit fall to the ground, it's death. You know, if you look, the places that they come from is cold. I remember this white comedian, Louis C.K. said something so funny. God came back and asked the white people, like, why is the oil coming out of the ground? We wanted to go fast. Like, we wanted, like, there's fucking food on the just grab. We could go up wherever we from, the hot places on this planet. We can literally walk up to a fucking tree and eat. Like, we were in line with everything. That's what I told my mom one time about religion. I said African was just fine until they met them. You know, I'm not judging what people believe in, but we were just fine until we start believing in the stuff that they believe in. You know, so I believe the first thing that we have to do, because even if you are able to accrue wealth and you're not doing nothing for your people, I think you're a fucking loser. I don't think it's for everybody to take care of everybody, but if you are not spreading that wealth, and if you're not trying to find a way, like, I personally believe this, if a grocery store is in our community, and our children are not good enough to bag fucking groceries in that bitch, then they shouldn't be in our fucking community. Fuck a robot. We shouldn't shop in that motherfucker if our children can't work in that bitch. You know, when one of the big things that I said that I wanted to do with my movie company is I wanted to have a 33.3% everything rule. Like, if I'm shooting a film in Georgia, I mean, actors, grips, hair, whatever the fuck, 33.3% of them had to be from Georgia or have a Georgia driver's license. Because people come to the places that we are from and we allow them to suck us dry. So, like, as it pertains to me, what I was trying to tell you is, like, when I go to different schools and I ask kids, like, how many people in here want to be a millionaire? How many people want to be a billionaire? 90% of the people raise their hand. And then I ask them, why do you want to be a multimillionaire? And 90% of them say, for me, my mom, and my friends. It's I, me. I want to be a billionaire because I want to build communities. I want to be a billionaire because I want to own water, electricity. I don't think that we can be free as a people unless we invest in things that sustain life.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We got a lot of motherfucking places where we can bury black folks,
right.
but we don't have no fucking hospitals, no organic grocery stores. One of the things that, one of the ways I think that we as Southerners failed black people is that our kids don't even like to touch the dirt no more. Like we should be the farmers.
Right.
Like our homeboys up in the Midwest, they need to go grab them factories.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the Arabs are doing in Detroit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We need to get all that, open up manufacturing plants again.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm actually, I'll talk to you off camera about this, but like I'm actually about to pull some moves that motherfuckers gonna be like, yo, like how that happened? Like it's literally from that mindset. So I wanna be a billionaire, not so much so I can have a whole bunch of money, because to be honest with you, I thought about something today. I can buy one of anything I want. Like, I know a couple I know a billionaire. I can get one of anything you have, for the most part. You know what I'm saying? I can go on one trip. I might can't stay in that bitch all year. But I can meet them at Bora Bora. I done been before. I can rent a fucking castle. 3 days. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm serious, man. Like, I think we get these parasitic goals, because like I have to be honest with you, bro, and because of the people that's around, like you got people around that are close to me, so I feel a little bit more open to talk. About a week ago, man, I was just telling Rick this outside, man. I'm tired as fuck, bro. Like I'm close to being burnt out, man. And my mentor, Mr. Moody, told me, he said, son, you running from something. Like you work like some people use drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody has their vice, and working is mine. But I don't even have no children. Like why in the fuck do I work this hard? Like I no bullshit, bro. All of my initial goals that I ever had in life, I did them all by 33, 34. And like that's one of the things that caused my depression, because nobody had ever taught me to recalibrate my goals. You know?
Well, that's a lot, right? That's powerful. That's a lot. And so, I guess this leads me into sort of like activism and politics, right? Because I know you're big on doing for self, right? And what part do you believe, or first of all, where does your activism come from, right? And then what part does politics have to play in that?
I don't know, man. I was wishing that you'd ask me that question. Yeah. I'm in a real bad place right now with activism, because people don't listen. You can tell them, but if they don't listen, it don't fucking matter. And then I realized, shit, man, I'm dope, but I ain't nowhere close to Marcus Garvey, and they didn't listen to Marcus Garvey. They didn't fucking listen to Malcolm. You know what I'm saying? We have great leaders right now. People just don't fucking listen. People want Jesus. You have to do for yourself. They want a white dude to come out of the sky, and if they're a little woke, he could be black with locks, but they want somebody else to come out the sky and do it for them. And what I'm starting to realize is that activism is being able to feed people. You know, when I went to the great continent, I thought people were Muslim or Christian because of God. They were not Muslim or Christian because of God. Those were the conquerors. Those were the people who had the resources. People didn't find God or Allah through the right ways. They got their ass beat. And people took water and resources. Like, that's real revolution, is acquiring land, water. Like, a lot of people get mad at me because I'm not rah-rah and jumping up and down saying fuck crackers. Like, I was in that stage, but now I want to be, like, the greatest thing that ever happened to me was for me to be able to feed a family. You know what I'm saying? I never forget one time when I was working with Katrina, and I was doing a song with Jim Jones, and Jim Jones said, "Man, you look like shit." Like I was just in the waters of Katrina. He said, "You know the difference between you and Jay-Z?" He said, "I saw you on BET giving away 80 pairs of shoes, or your own shoes." He said, "That was admirable." He said, "But Jay-Z will make one call and get 100,000 pair, 10,000 pair, without having to put his life on the line." So like I'm just now understanding what Jim was trying to say. I think Jim gave it to me in my face so much, and I was in so much pain, and I was depressed at the time. I couldn't hear what he was saying. What he was basically saying was the same thing Andre 3000 mother tried to tell me, rest in peace. Like, use your stardom. Use your stardom, not your physical self. We want to be martyrs, because that's all we've ever seen. The best thing that you can do for your people is get successful. Feed motherfuckers. A very wise man, I wish I could remember his name, he said, you can't lead the people unless you can feed the people. So my revolution looks a little bit different now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I watched the people that I love the most die. And people move on the next fucking day.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and I feel that, and I you know, I'm happy I asked that question, because that answer is real, because I've seen that transition, right? So like, as a fan, like, I remember, before the shit hit the fan, you know, you were really like trying to warn us. You was
I was ready to go give it all.
Nah, you was ready. You was ready. But then when the shit hit the fan, it's like, I told you already.
No, motherfuckers will leave you, dog.
Yeah.
Bro, I almost died last year, bro. Like, people didn't give a fuck.
Wow.
And they don't even, they don't mean bad.
Yeah.
But people want you to do it.
Yeah.
And they'll sit back and watch you die, and they won't come help you.
Wow.
I watched that happen to my friends.
Yeah.
I had a friend that was murdered. You know, that everybody was talking about. I hadn't heard nobody talk about him in a year, bro.
Wow. Yeah.
And so I don't say nothing. I sit back and watch.
Yeah.
So what I realized, man, is that we have to be more strategic.
Absolutely.
And we have to do things that will make a systemic change.
Absolutely. Yes.
You know, I have some ideas for a school program, bro, that can revolutionize the way that we even look at education. You know, I believe that we should decide, hey, man, a group of us, like, let's say, Rick, you go here, like, you go there, like, all right, dog, you gonna do STEM.
Yep.
Okay, you gonna do food.
Yep.
You gonna do that. We set up think tanks for our children to be geniuses.
Absolutely.
And we start teaching them on a college level from the time that they're in the 4th grade to be the best at that, whether it's programming, whatever it may end up being. Like, I it's no different than, you know, Kobe, fucking Tiger Woods. The reason why they so great, fucking Tiger Woods was putting at 8 months. Look it up on YouTube. He was putting like as a baby at 8 months, barely could fucking walk, like, hole in one, bitch, boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's sort of how we have to look at economics, money management. You know, you look at these presidents, them white folks, they raised them children from little toddlers to be fucking leaders. Absolutely. They know what their mission statement is. So like, that's how I'm starting to look at our communities, and it's sad. A lot of motherfuckers gonna have to fall to the wayside. And I used to not be okay with that, but now I am. A lot of motherfuckers gotta go. I'm dead serious. I mean, ultimately, the ultimate way that I can't say on TV, they gotta get the fuck.
Yeah. And I love how, you know, that's actually translated, like what you believe to do for self has translated to your company, right? Because even, you know, with your podcast and being able to, you know, hire the people that you're really kind of providing a space for people to be themselves and compensating them for that. Talk to us a little bit about the setup of how you set up your company.
Y'all make sure that y'all go and subscribe to the David Banner podcast.
Yes.
I'll tell you the dopest shit. And I know I've been all over the place, but I think this is important. We didn't like the split that the advertisers were giving us, because I pay for everything. Like, be clear. This year, actually, I own all the cameras, everything, bro. And like, all of the people that come to my show, they are my friends, or I produce for them. So like, dude, all y'all doing is bringing the advertisers. Like, dude, like, get a percentage, but the percentages that they were talking about, it didn't reflect what I was bringing to the table. Like, y'all ain't gotta do shit for me, nothing. Just bring your advertisers, right? And then Curtis, that owns Patchwork, he was like, bro, and Wallow. Wallow called me, and Wallow was like, bro, He literally is one of the few black men, he gave me like $1 million worth of game for real.
For real, right.
Like
right,
for
right,
real, like
right.
he sat down and taught me.
Yeah.
And so we went and created an advertising agency and started collecting and going to black businesses, because what he said, he's like, Banner, people love you.
Absolutely.
There's people who just really want to fuck with you. They may not even need advertisement like that. And sure enough, you know, one of the guys that I helped early in the game, man, he came and bought all of my advertisement for the year. He said, because you helped me, you know, you Business Bully, y'all check him out, Business Bully. He came and bought all the advertisement for the year. And I was like, yo, actually, we got to find a way to open this shit up. It ain't enough money-making platform. I'm gonna have to find different ways to make money. But one of the things that I realized is that I wanted to employ people who I knew had the talent. Regina, for example, who works with me. She may not be the biggest reason why Atlanta is where it is. She had something to do with it. Like she had something, and I never hear people, maybe a few people, talk about how much she helped people. You know, the groups that she was involved in. And I told her, I said, I can't pay you what you're worth now, but come and work for me. I'm gonna make sure that people know your name. And what I do in my company is I give people multiple ways. Like if you come up with ideas, I'll fund it, and then I'll give you percentages of it. You know what I'm saying? So there's 4 or 5 different ways that you can make money in my company, where in some ways, if you get your hustle on, you may make more money than you ever could, but just having a stagnant position. You know what I'm saying? So that was the thing that I decided to do.
And so there's this you know, money myth that says more money, more problems, right? Or I won't even say it's a money myth, but there's this, you know, the saying, more money, more problems. What's your thoughts on that?
Who said that shit?
Yeah.
It's a catchy song.
Yeah.
I like them problems.
Right.
Fuck that.
Right.
What I'll say is that this is what I will tell people. Money doesn't take away the pain. But shit, I'd rather be in a comfortable ass house with lights and you know, nice car and you know, nice little something warm laying next to me, maybe because of the residual things that I do. But seriously though, like this is a painful thing to say, but most people's problems are the way that they think. And you know, I have some people that I love dearly that I won't give a dime to no more, because I literally could give them $1 million, and in 3 months they'll find a way to fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? It's the mindset.
It's the mindset, absolutely.
The money isn't the problem. Because if you was a dickhead when you was broke, most times people are exactly who they were when they got money. They just couldn't afford to be an asshole. You know what I'm saying? They had to keep, you know, their relationships. It's not the money, man. But what I will say is that, and I thank Mr. Moody for this. I know what every dime of my money is. I keep an old school ledger. I don't do Cash App. A very wise man told me, he said, if you make it hard for you to get your money, it'll damn sure be hard for other people to get your money. So people know if they come to me, it's a process. Even if I want to give you some money, like you got to get off your ass and come see me. You got to come to the bank. Like my employees trip on that all the time.
You still writing them checks?
Hell yes. I work so fucking hard. I realize, and I know this is fucked up, y'all. I need the emotional, like just that little smile that you when you give a motherfucker that check. I need that. I'm paying for that. I'm not even bullshitting. Now I usually go inward, but I actually gotta say I need that. Motherfucker smirk. Hell, be happy, motherfucker. I need to see. Yeah, I gave you a bonus. I gave you a bonus. Hug me, motherfucker. I'm dead serious. No, but like literally, dude, like. Mr. Moody and his wife have trained me to the point where I can feel my money. Like I even know. He told me something that was so powerful, man, and I hope that this helps y'all as much as it helps me. I was tweaking because I had too many white spaces on my calendar. And he looked at me, right? I guess he saw the anxiety in my face. He was like, son, don't trip on the white spaces. He said, just make the black spaces mean more.
Ooh, that's a bar.
So I stopped trying to do every deal.
Yeah.
And just because what I really, man, please keep this part on here, bro.
Yeah.
I just learned this, and it has changed my whole entire fucking life. If you would eat the food that's on your table, take advantage of the things that you started and finish them out all the way, they usually will bring you more money than you would from jumping around. Like, dude, we don't have a lot of opportunities, but we usually have something that we can edge out. It's perspective and having the opportunity to look at things. You know, like even like when somebody asked me one time, why didn't I move to a super big city? And I told them, I said, well, when I see open space, that means I have an opportunity to build. If you're in the places if you're in a place where everybody else is built up, then you can only rent their space because all of the space is taken up. It's your imagination, right? So like for me, bro, I just started realizing, man, that it's perspective. You know, and just read as much as you can. And the biggest thing that I'll tell y'all in closing from me is that quiet time. If you really want to become successful, this is the best analogy that I give people, and they usually blow kids away when I tell them this. Do you want to be the person who updates the iPhone, or do you want to be the person who created the iPhone? You know what I'm saying? And in order for you to really get this on a level where people will never be able to stop or understand you, you have to pull things from the unknown or from the unseen. And the only way for you to pull things from the unseen is you have to get quiet. Mr. Moody told me, he said, son, in order for you to become David Banner, you had to hustle. He said, in order for you to become me, you're gonna have to learn to be still.
Wow. And so now, you know, years of failure, years of success, years of ups, downs. What would David Banner tell his 18-year-old self? What advice would he give him?
Man, I would have told him to get that fat off your ass quicker. Being sexy gets a lot of money, man. Man, get the pectoral muscles, man. Get your shit together. Clean that bullshit up, man. Nah, take better care of your body. I'll be honest with you. When people ask me that question, bro, again, the mistakes are where you learn. I wouldn't tell me nothing. I would just probably say be kinder to yourself. Like, I'm really hard on myself. I'm really hard on my body. Everything that I do, I go hard. I did.
What's your ulterior name? Ken?
Him?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I used to compete against Kid. That was actually Pretty Kid.
Okay.
From Atlanta. I was actually fucking with Kid. But what I was saying is that there's this new song that just came out. It's called You Ain't the Problem. And I heard that man sing that, and it made my spirit feel better, because America makes black folks, or the descendants of Africans, or whatever you believe that you are, they make us feel like we the problem. And most of the problems with this place were here before us. And they were because of other people, and we are blamed for it. The system is set up for us to fail. So, like, we keep fucking up, and we think we are the problem, and we're not. I would have told my younger self, it's not that bad. It's funny, damn it. I know I keep going back to Mr. Moody, but that man
fast out to Mr. Moody, because mentorship is important.
He changed my life. And one thing I'll tell you about mentorship, people always ask you, it's so hard to get mentors. Well, what makes you qualified for them to spend time on you?
Say that again.
Like, you have to have something that make them feel like their expensive time is worth fucking with you. It's a million people want to fuck with you. I probably wouldn't fuck with you either. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? Like, people think that somebody owes them something. You feel what I'm saying? No bullshit. I used to take out, if he asked me, I used to take out Mr. Moody garbage. And I was a millionaire. Whatever I need to do to get that information, without, selling my soul or my manhood or what I believe in spiritually, that is the line. But, man, shit, he still, to this day, I'm garbage getting full. Shit, I'm dead serious. I'm on my way, sir. But honestly, it was just really, man. He told me, he was like, man, like, you gotta slow down.
Yeah.
You got to take better care of yourself. I tell y'all one more personal thing about that. I had just finished doing this commercial, and if y'all want to see some of the secret things I do, go to abannervision.com. But I had just done this really big campaign for this Fortune 500 company, and I had a big check. I had a big check, and I had went to, I don't know, I just went for something small, and my blood pressure was 200 on the top and like 140 on the bottom. It's some crazy shit. Or like 119, some shit. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And I was tripped. They wasn't gonna let me out of the little doctor's office. They was like, you need to go to the hospital now.
Yeah.
And I was tripping because I had this big check, because I don't like them to, I like checks. I like to feel shit. So I had this big ass check that some people would probably never get at one time in their life in my hand, and I was literally in the verge of having a fucking stroke.
Wow.
So I was like, dude, I can have all the money in the world if I don't have my health, or if I end up going crazy, ain't none of this shit worth it. If you're not here for your fucking children, bro, like, we build these worlds, man, for people who really don't exist, and we end up, go and Google Malcolm and Martin's kids. I talked to Martin Luther King's son, and he said to me verbatim, y'all spent more time with my dad than I did.
Wow.
And I was like, shit.
Wow. Yeah.
You know? So like those things that come for free, I know that we're here to talk about money, but the things that you get for free are the most important things on this planet. Wow. Your first child, your second child, your fucking this finger and that finger. Like you only get one of them motherfuckers, but they free. And people have you chasing the things that, you know, you never really can catch, but the real relationships, the friendships, the opportunities for us to do this. Our great-grandparents worked in fucking fields and carpentry and shit. The fact that we can sit around and talk and talk about money.
Talk about money, exactly.
Hold on, wait. That's a bar. Hold on, we got this new thing. That's a fucking bar.
Right.
Like, dog, we sitting up
That's
talking.
a gold bar.
Right. Like, bro, check this out. Check this out.
Yeah.
People pay me hundreds of thousands of dollars to speak, right?
Yeah.
About my opinion.
Right.
Now, I understand if a motherfucker was a doctor and had studied, you know, for years and years, people pay me for my fucking opinion.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I don't even have to prove that the shit true.
Right.
Hi, I'm holding my balls. I was actually holding my balls. But what I'm saying is, like, literally, dog, I think we end up always chasing things instead of being like, yo, this right here, right now, is cool as fuck. Absolutely. I'm sitting down looking at you, man, looking at your books. I'm watching things manifest in your life, and I'm watching a dream that I had on your shirt. Bro, I was watching the fucking Boys, Laz Alonso wore my shit in the Boys. You know, the Lakers, J.R. Smith last year in the finals wore my shit in the finals, bro. Like, sometimes we'll chase this shit right here and not understanding it's the things that it brings to you. And if you're not happy, if you're not helping people, you know, the thing that I would ask people is, it's not what people will say about you in 2 years, not what they'll say about you in 20 years. It's what they will say about you in 200 years. And will they even know you existed? And if you think about the people who have been able to hold the most amount of money, it's usually the people who have helped the most people or have killed the most people that people remember the most in life. And really, if you put it somewhere in the middle, that's really balanced, because some motherfuckers need to be killed.
And so we talk about the Maddie dollar. You've made a lot of money in your life. What would you say the most extravagant thing you've done with money?
I like little people. It's this little girl that I really like. She's not little in age, but little in stature. That's the word that you have to use now. The other word they don't really like.
I got you.
And
wait, that's not politically correct. I get you.
Okay. I put money in places that I didn't think that. No, I'm just joking. The most extravagant thing. Cut. Just fucking what you mean. I'm actually not, but we're not gonna talk about it.
This is going so good. Wait, hold on.
Man, I actually think, man, just to be able to help people, man, is the most amazing thing, man. The most extravagant thing that I've been able to do is I've been able to meet payroll every month for 7 years without not having to fail my people. And there was one time when I was David Banner, but I had just invested in a lot that after payroll, I didn't have enough money to eat myself.
Wow.
And then ain't nobody gonna help you when they think you have all that money, you know, or they think you have all that money. But there was one time, bro, that, you know, I was fighting the IRS and shit had got bad, man, and I had paid my people, and I literally got a Bentley, you know what I'm saying? But didn't have, like, I didn't have money to eat myself.
Yeah.
But I paid my people. Yeah. And for me, even today, man, I was supposed to have been gone, but I gave you all my word.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so if people are believing in me, the most extravagant thing you can do is to hold your fucking word, be a man of your word. Everybody say they want to be a God, but your word has to be impeccable. And if people believe in you, you know, one of the things I hate is all these motherfuckers want to be, you know, rappers and they want to be heads of labels, and they could get all these, they could, like, buy all these white folks' cars and all that extravagant shit, but you can't pay your fucking staff. You don't want to pay me for a fucking beat? That's whack shit to me.
Yeah.
The most extravagant shit you can do is be impeccable about your word and take care of your people.
Yeah, I love it, love it. And I guess that goes hand in hand, because the next question was, what's the most impactful thing you've done with money? But I kind of feel like that goes hand in hand, or is there a different?
I don't know. I fucked up a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think the most impactful thing I tell you what it was. One of the things that motivated me to be the type of man that I am is my grandmother used to clean up white folks' houses. And I hated that shit as a child. Even before I became conscious. Like, I hated that shit with my whole being, right? So my grandmother would go to Chicago every summer, right? So when she went to Chicago, I tore down her house because I knew she wouldn't move nowhere. And I built her a brand new house, the same place that her house was.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And for my grandmother, it was funny because my mother actually moved in the house to help her for the rest of her life, you know, while she was in the house.
Yeah.
And well, my grandma, wow. My grandma was like, my grandson bought me a brand new house and his mama my maid. So, you know, for my grandmother to have worked as hard as she did, and for her to actually, you know, live with a smile on her face and not have to worry about a motherfucking thing for the rest of her life, man, I don't know if I could find a joy like that again. Because, like, sometimes, man, I've noticed, man, as much work that I've done for people, we've become a selfish people. You know, and no matter how hard you work, people want to know what you did yesterday.
Right. Yeah.
And that hurts, bro. You know, and so I had to learn, bro, you do things because they're the right things to do. And I invest into the universe, and the universe is, bro, I've seen and done things, bro, through music that I would have never been able to dream of. Most of the stuff that I'm doing now, bro, I didn't even dream of that shit, dude.
Wow, yeah.
You know, I was just open. You know, once I started meditating and really cleaning my spirit, I was open to the possibilities, you know, of what the universe had for me, man. And my life is magical right now, dog. I can't even lie to you, bro.
Yeah. No, I love it. All right, let's do our quick lightning round. Give you three terms, right? So we inside the vault. I'm gonna give you 3 terms, and we're gonna flip them, right? And so the first term is deposit slip. Deposit slip, you walk into the bank, you make a deposit, and then you put money into the bank. But for us, deposit slip is any slip up, right? A money mishap. So tell me about a deposit slip, a time that you messed up money, and you know, obviously learn from it. But what would be your biggest deposit slip?
The worst thing I ever did in my life, man, was, y'all gonna laugh at this, is I didn't pack. So, like, most of my money as a rapper went from buying, like, I would have been better buying jewelry and the shit other rappers would have, but I didn't pack. Like, so everywhere I would go, I would just, like, step on a tour bus and, like, I buy, like, some Levi's, you know, some 3-stripe Adidas or whatever, and a hoodie or whatever. But, like, once I started Mr. Moody, and Miss Moody taught me to have that ledger, if you spending, let's say at the most, man, like, let's just say 500 a week on that, bro. Times 4, times 12. You feel what I'm saying? When we know it's a whole lot more than that. We ain't talking about toothpaste. We ain't talking about, like, not even just packing a fucking bag.
Right.
We, you know, buying chips every fucking day. You know, buying weed every fucking day. Like, if you would start taking those small things that we do in our lives, how much we giving Coke, just as an individual. I ain't talking about the one up your nose. I'm talking about the Coke you drink. Like, it was those things that taught me. You know, Scott Parker, his father taught me. His father, I think, never made more. I think he said, if I'm right, he never made more than $8 an hour. But that man was a millionaire. He became a millionaire because he saved every dime. He was in the Army. His dad is I think 87. He was in the Army. He stayed in the barracks. Like his whole term in the Army, he stayed in the barracks. Right? Because he just stacked his money. He paid himself first. My deposit slip up, man, was just not keeping track of money. Mr. Moody said that you can get rich by mistake, but in order to become wealthy, you must have a plan. If you don't know where your money is going out, if you don't know what rate is going out, you don't even know what you need to make that come back. You don't even know what the flip is. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just, that was my slip up. Just let my money bleed away.
All right, let's talk cancel check, right? So a cancel check, there's no money in the account.
No, nothing about that.
No, exactly. Right. That's why we're gonna flip it. That's why we're gonna flip it, right? We're gonna flip it. For us, a cancel check is, you know, people or mindsets that you had to cancel on your journey. So what type of people or mindsets did you have to cancel on your journey?
First of all, I want to tell you something, bro. I'm really proud of you all. I was supposed to have been gone a long time ago. I'm actually late for what I'm supposed to be doing, but I've enjoyed y'all so much, man. Thank you, D. For coming, man. This is actually really, really dope. I needed this. I was tired as fuck. I just got off the highway, and this is actually really fucking refreshing.
Right.
Okay, all right. So,
I appreciate you, brother.
Mindset. All right. Hungry people. So, I tripped a kid out one time. He was like, David Banner, I'm hungry, man. You should hire me. And I told him, I said, I don't fuck with hungry people. And he said, why? I said, for the right price, you'll eat me.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? I had to, I started dealing with people who I wasn't their only means of life. That they had other things going on for themselves, so I wasn't the all be all. Because what happened then is they end up wanting to kill you or hurt you because so many people have expectations of you that they don't even tell you.
Wow.
Like, there was a dude who was around me that was a rapper, didn't even tell me he was a rapper. I would have helped him, but like, man, you ain't even helped me. Like, I didn't even know you rap. And then he was like, I didn't tell you, did I? Like, no, you didn't fucking tell me. How the fuck would I know? Like, so like, I like to know what people's expectations are. And I always tell them to just be honest with me, because I may help you. You know, so just, because hunger turns into greed, and then greed turns into deceit. Then that shit turns into murder and theft and all kind of shit, man. I just try to stay away from that making this God. Making this God.
Last but not least, we want to respect your time. Last but not least, trust account, right? So what mindset or people or things that are in that trust account? That account that, you know what, because of this helps me become or stay who I am.
I draw a line. You know, a wise man told me when I went to LA, he said, draw your line. Because if you don't, people will have you all the way down the street. Like, what won't you do for money? That's the thing that you need to actually write that down. Like, I'm not going to cross this line. There's certain roles that I just won't play. There was a movie where, and I ain't gonna lie, like, I actually needed this money because I was investing in a few things and I needed the money real bad, and I told them no. And them white folks couldn't believe that a black man turned down that amount of money because I just did not want to play that role. I didn't believe that I should allow them to use my black body to put out that message
Wow.
at that time.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, to be honest with you, if they came to me with that same role right now, I would probably do it.
Yeah.
But that was when I was right in the middle of the first God Box album, and kids were looking at me a certain kind of way, and I didn't want to take that image and allow people to tarnish that. So it's just setting those lines of what you won't do. And the thing that I'll say, it's not the shit that people will see.
Right.
I'm talking about the shit when you by yourself. Like, come on, man, you know that.
Yeah,
You remember, I'll give you an example.
yeah.
Y'all remember on Purple Rain when Morris Day said, "How's the family?" And Prince Dad had just died. And he went and set up on the wall. Was like, fuck, I shouldn't have said that shit. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
That's the shit. I never forget this, man. It was two dudes, man, when I was young. I'd never seen them apart. I'd never seen one without the other. I'd never seen two dudes this type before. They got into a fight, and one of them knocked the other one out and drug his ass to the hospital. That's the shit I'm talking about. The shit a motherfucker do when you sleep, when you don't see him.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I'll leave y'all with this, and we could break on this one. T.I., he was doing a movie, and he didn't know I was really tight with somebody on set, right? And they asked him a question, and they asked him, like, when you want to know something, who do you call? He said, I call David Banner. He was in front of some of the most influential people, like, in the movie game. He could have said, like, he has access to Farrakhan, the minister. He probably got Obama on his line, bro, if he want to. But he said that to them people. And then there was another situation where somebody said, "Hey, David Banner," and Tip, they said he didn't even look up. He said, "Just so you know, that's my homie."
Right.
Like, whatever the fuck you gonna say, you need to make sure that shit right.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of shit that I'm talking about that matters. Like, we gotta hold each other down when we don't see it.
Absolutely.
You know, and I thank y'all, man. I'm really proud of setup, man. I'm proud of y'all shooting here, because my people are investing in this, and it's very important for us to spend with each other, man. And thank you for letting me come on and talk my shit.
You don't even understand, man. What you've done, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Easy.
Thank you. I know people know where to find you, but where can the people find you?
Just anywhere you want to go, David Banner. But the most important thing is davidbanner.com. Go and buy something from the site.
Buy merch, support. Please support.
The God Box 2. I always forget about that. New album about to come out. I get on here and talk my shit, don't sell my shit. This is what, we got to throw that shit up. The God Box 2 is about to come out. Check out the podcast. We are about to start shooting our own films and some other type of mass media that I don't want to talk about now. I only ask one thing, man. Fuck with us. Like spend that bread with us, man. And one of the things that I'll say, man, is that so many people that we invest in, they take our money away from our communities, man. And even you all shooting here show me where y'all mindset is, and I'm appreciated. Just fuck with each other, and if I give you reason not to fuck with me, then stop fucking with me.
Yo, there you have it. The legend, the living legend himself, David Banner. We appreciate y'all for tapping in. We are closing the vault. Make sure you tap in, tune in for the next episode of Inside the Vault with Ash Cash. I appreciate y'all. See y'all next time, same place, in God's will. Peace.